All right. Can you guys see me? Okay, let's see. Turn off my own sound. This is so weird. All right. Can you guys see me? Okay, let's see. Turn off my own sound. This is so weird. I haven't done YouTube Live in so long. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. And you should be able to right here in the comment box. Let's see. Just make sure we've got sound. And I will get started. Sound over here. Nope. Okay. Awesome. Yay. Good stuff. Yay. I'm so excited for today. Whoop, whoop. I haven't been on YouTube Live in like probably 2 years. So I'm super excited to be back today to bring you guys some incredible value that I've put together for you. Let me just pull up my notes so I can make sure I've got those handy. And then we'll get started. Awesome. Oh my gosh, there's so much information that I've got for you today. I mean, I'm going to dig in because I want to make sure to get everything, and I want to be able to get your questions. Hi, babes. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are here. So y'all know I am prompt. I like to get started on time. So let's just dig right in. Welcome. And thank you guys for coming in. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about some of those common mistakes that you might be making on Instagram. So recently, you know, Instagram released that new chat feature in your stories. Okay. I've been playing around with this. I am loving it. And after running it, I realized that the same issues are happening for people. I don't know if it's just not knowing, if people just don't know what to do, or they're not seeking the information. I actually run my live trainings a little bit different than most people because I am not a fan of giving like partial solutions. I like to be able to give you, to let you see the full picture, like the full scope of possibility, and then give you a full solution that's going to be able to help you do all the things. Like in my new course, Instagram for Business, which helps you pull all of those Instagram for Bosses. I'm sorry, it's the upgrade. That helps you pull all of those elements together, and I'm covering that today. So welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. I am watching my community struggle. I mean, struggle with different ideas, different concepts, different strategies. That is what made me create this. Hi, babe. I made this so that you can eliminate all the external noise, all the struggles, and execute, because it's that time, right? So who's ready to get started? Drop me some diamonds if y'all are ready, and let's dig in. So when you start a business and you are using Instagram as the platform that you are wanting to sell on, because obviously Instagram isn't your business. People get confused and think your business is being run on Instagram, and that's not the case. You are using Instagram as the source of bringing and driving new people through your business. And that is what Instagram is for. It's the platform. Okay, so when you come and start the business, you're using Instagram as the platform. It is going to be futile if you don't like literally come out the gate swinging, like, you know, hands and everything, aiming for the win. So if that's the case, you may as well, honestly, if you're not going to come and give Instagram your whole effort, there we go, and give Instagram your whole effort, honestly, you're not going to be able to see the results of Instagram. I got all kinds of notifications going. Okay. You're not going to be able to see the results. That's the honest truth, because Instagram is a very competitive platform. it's not for the faint of heart. So I won't even tell you that, yes, you're going to be able to just jump out there and make it all happen. And there's not going to be trial and error, and it's not going to be tough, and that you're not going to have to put your nose down, because you are. But what is so great, though, is that if you are strategic in your approach, not only can you do well using Instagram, but you can create a 6 and 7 figure empire. And you can do this quickly. It does not have to take you years and years and years. It's simply about getting the strategy and using it to make it happen consistently. All right. I see y'all coming in. Yay. I've been on YouTube so long. It's so exciting. I love being back. I'm having way too much fun making these videos. It's kind of ridiculous. Although now I'm starting to get other people to help me do different parts. I had someone do like the most amazing intro for me. That'll be coming up on one of my videos in the next couple of weeks. Yes, that's 7 figures, honey. Yes. So I did this live last June. Okay. I did this very same live last June, and I was going back through, like I said, I rebooted my old YouTube page because my designer, my partner, she was like, what are you doing? Why aren't you using your original page? It's your original channel, because it's got so much, and it shows like the transition of, you know, me going from that entrepreneur and doing the things that I tell you guys to do all the time. It's the social proof of how I did it. And you can see all the likes, the comments, the clients that I've worked with over the years, the old like 8-year back me, which is hilarious to watch back. I hate watching myself back. I don't like it. But it shows that progress, right? So I did this last June. I was updating my page. And when I went back, I started to see some of the old videos. And I watched this one in particular a couple nights ago, and I was like, I cannot believe, after having this chat group and after a year ago this video was, I'm still watching the same exact issues. And I want to make sure that you guys leave these issues in 2019, okay? So let's start to look at some of the things that you might be doing, maybe unknowingly, to kill the growth of your business while using Instagram. And really quickly, be sure to like, comment, and share now with anyone that you know that can use this training, because we're about to get started, okay? So the very first thing that you need to think about, the very first thing that I see happening over and over, is a confusion in your brand persona, okay? It's a confusion. You're confusing your audience and being inconsistent in what it is that your message is. So for example, I have a client who's been my client for a long time. And one of the things she used to do is reposition her as a high-end brand. And one of the things that she used to do all of the time is, we're positioning her as high-end, but then in her stories, I would see her like doing flea market events, and, you know, like her table setup was just not up to par with, number one, who I know she is as a person, who I know she is as a brand, and the persona that she was creating. So it's the same thing. I was able to relate, because even with Bling, I would do events at Bal Harbor Island in Miami. If you guys know it, anyone ever been to Bal Harbor? The Neiman Marcus there, it's very high end. It's, you know, top of the line, creme de la creme. You're buying Chanel's on the spot, 5 and 6 of them at a time. You know, Louis Vuitton store, Saks Fifth Avenue. It's very high end. And very high priced, which went with the customer that I was targeting. So you want to make sure that your persona is matching. It would have been ridiculous for me to show up at like flea markets or those like those local events that did not match the clientele that I was targeting. So when you talk to everyone, you're talking to nobody, because you're trying to reach so many markets, and then you end up like really hurting your business. You end up hurting yourself because there's not a consistent message. Does anyone struggle with that? I have seen it over and over on Instagram, where you're positioning yourself for this particular person and this particular customer. At least that's what you're saying. But when you're actually doing the marketing, when you're showing the behind the scenes, you're not showing the behind the scenes that matches that. Okay, that's why it's a good idea to do what you are familiar with and what you're really comfortable with, because people can see through that. And so you want to be able to be authentic in everything that you're doing, and people will follow your journey. They really will. They'll follow your journey if you are honest with them about where you are. Okay. Now, another one that goes with your brand persona and your actual, how you're positioning your business. Businesses that say that they have great customer service, you can count on us, reach us and reach out to us. But when you're on their Instagram feed, and this one is one that drives me nuts. Let me know if you guys have ever seen this. The DMs, the no DMs, the no kids, no returns. That one, first of all, I don't understand why you're using a social media platform if you're not willing to let people contact you via that platform, because the goal is to make it as simple as possible for your customer, not for yourself. So if you're getting messages in the middle of the night, go a step further and just set your phone to go off and on at certain times. Like, that's an actual feature. So if you're not getting the sales that you want, if you're not getting the business that you want, the comments, the likes, the shares, all of that kind of stuff from your community on Instagram, well, consider that you might be turning off your audience before they've even had a chance to connect with you. Because guess what? That's one of the very first things they're gonna see. And when I see that on a brand, I don't care if it's something that they have everything else that I wanted. That tells me that they are open to my likes, they're open to my attention, they're open to me following them, they're open to my money, but they're not open to communication with me. That is an instant turn off. I see a guilty. It's okay, because you're here to learn. So thank you for actually being honest about that. Yeah, it really is. And you can see people are seeing, like, it's Instagram, and ideally you want the platform to be inviting. Okay, you want to be inviting to your dream customer. It's a mindset shift. Honestly, that's all it is a mindset shift. And if you can think, okay, so I may not want DMs all night. I get them all night long. But sometimes I'm in that good sleep that it doesn't even bother me. But I want to be able, I know I have clients all over the world, people in every single time zone. Awesome. I got people in every single time zone. So I know that when I'm going to bed, my people in Europe, they're just getting their days going, right? I have people in Africa. I have people all over the world. So I want to make sure that they feel like they can message me, and I may not respond at that time. I can go back and respond when I want, when I've got time. I respond to DMs usually certain times of day, unless it's someone in my community or it's something urgent and they really need me to get to it right now. But think about what message you're sending right away to your audience, because that's lasting, okay? And that can be costing you people right out of the gate. Now, the next one is branded content that belongs to you versus that belongs to others. Okay, this can be detrimental to your Instagram page. I'm going to give you guys a very personal example. Something happened this week, which I have, if you've been with me for a long time, you know I'm a advocate for having your own branded content, and this is why. Your own branded content, and if you don't know what that is content that, just like my feed, my quotes and stuff, and the graphics and the images that I make with my name on it, that's branded content. That's content that other people can share. Okay. I posted something this week that was cropped. It was cropped out. We find them all the time on Instagram, right? And I have someone who curates content for me. And then I can pick through the extra content. Usually those white graphics. Why is my nose itching? Sorry. Usually those like white graphics that I'll post, even though I do my own branded white ones as well. But there's some that I'll post that I just like them, and they tend to get a lot of action. Well, this particular one was a post apparently from someone's book, but I found it cropped. Well, I didn't find it cropped. Brianna found it cropped. And it was just one of the things that was uploaded into my Planoly. And usually if I know the artist, or if I know it's a If it's usually there'll be Twitter posts from people that I'll include, right? Well, apparently someone had cropped this when she found it, and we posted it, and someone tagged this person who it was a part from her book, and she was like, she asked me to take it. She must have sent me like 50 messages in like a 3-minute period. And so I started communicating back with her. I was like, hey, yeah, absolutely. We'll take it down. No one, and she posted like all these comments had come in underneath and people were loving the post. And she posted, I can't believe she cropped out my name or something. And I was like, hold on, pause. We actually found this way. We post things all the time with people's Twitter. I would never do that. I'm a content creator. Yeah. So this is why I don't usually post other people's stuff. This is exactly why I do my own, because in about 3 minutes, she had not only put that up, but put it up on her page that someone was copying her and didn't give her credit. I was like, seriously, first of all, calm down. I did DM her back. I was like, calm down. You didn't even give me a chance to respond to you. And she was like, well, if you could just post it with my image. And I was like, you know what? I would have, except that you went like beyond crazy in a matter of 3 minutes. And like, it's just not that serious to me. And I think she only has like 10,000 followers. So just imagine had she approached me in a different way. But the point is, she could have gotten a lot more, just like all the people who we post that's shown. That's how it was found. And this is my point. Make your own content. That long thing, because people are crazy. And she's like, well, your best case scenario, usually people act. I was like, yeah, just check my feed. We do it all the time. We put people's credit all the time. I never take credit for anyone else's stuff. And I check with Brianna, and that it was like, literally, that's how it was found. And that happens all the time. And people will crop out the information. So, and then someone else posted and someone else posted. And unless you know where it came from. So that's why branded content for yourself. Yeah, she handled it so wrong. And actually, she ended up apologizing and all of that. But by that point, I was so turned off. I was like, and then I reposted a tweet, which was like, people lead with the negative. Don't lead with the negative. Like, don't just assume the worst in people. Look at my feed, give me some credit here. But yeah, it was handled wrong. But my point is, definitely zone in on your own content, and that is why I've been such an advocate for that. Anybody who's been with me for a long time that knows that is exactly why I have always said, use your own, because just like in that case, we didn't know where it originated from. It was just already cropped. So when she told us, I was more than happy to do it. But after I saw her feed and all these other nasty things that she said, and then she sent me a completely different message, I was like, oh, so to your audience, you're saying one thing, but to me, you're saying, yeah, no, how about I just delete it and then I don't repost you guys? Yeah, she could have leveraged that. Absolutely. She could have. Yes, most people, I've only seen once where someone's posted mine, the same thing that they did to her. But again, you don't know if you don't know. So that's why it's best to find your own groove. And definitely she did try it. She tried the wrong way. But that's why it's definitely good to have the bulk be your content. Okay. It's definitely sets your own tone. Even if you see a quote or something that you like, this is something that we do all the time. I get that curated content from my team, and then I still go in and I put it in my own words, my own spin on it, my own feeling, so that it's authentically me. So make sure you are, yeah, definitely. In this case, there was no way to know that it was hers because it was just a white graphic. So we didn't know where it came from. But if you can, and one way that you can check that too, just for just for reference, future reference, one way to check that is type in some of the text. That's something, if we do that from now on, if we do use other people's, that's one of the things I'll be doing, is typing the text into Google, and then it'll pull up where it came from. Okay, so that's one way to check it if you've got that kind of time. Maybe you're doing a content day. All right. It's definitely important to give people their credit. If it's got their name on it, use their name. Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving. So again, with the branded content, let's go a step further from that. It is the best way to grow organically on Instagram. The best way, hands down. Hands down. I talk about how we grow by 1K followers per post. I actually did a video on that on my YouTube channel here. And I showed screenshots so y'all can see social proof, okay, of my stats and how every single post gets 200 or 400 or 700 or 1100 or 900 or 2100 follows with every post. And that is because, thank you, that's because it's the best way to grow organically. Those posts, when you get them right and you get them down to your niche market, even down to the memes that I use also go directly with my brand. And as much as I'll see stuff that I really love that cracks me up, like I'll see a lot of them about kids and I just be like crying laughing. I found a saved one the other day. I'll have to use that on Posh Tory because it doesn't go with the Posh Girls Club. So as much as I might want to use it there, you save that content for your own personal feed, not your business feed, okay? Make sure that you are staying consistent because with every single post that you do that is branded, you have the potential to bring in hundreds and thousands of followers per post. Even if it's 50, even if it's 5, when you're starting out, you can definitely do that per post if you are creating branded content that matches your business, okay? And I'll definitely be taking, that's a good question. What do you recommend me since I'm a pure romance consultant and other consultants tend to steal my flyers? That's why it's branded so that you can put your little at so-and-so on it. And I actually would suggest flyers, not even using flyers. You know why? Because it's still broad. I would suggest going a step further and creating branded content that goes with your brand. So like quotes that fit your, like sexy quotes. Okay, I used and Priscilla, I actually used you, babe. Priscilla is in Instagram for Bosses. She's one of my clients there. And I used her example in my 3-day course. I used her business as an example in my 3-day course. So ladies, if you want the goods, go check her out, okay? She put her Instagram further up. But I would use quotes that go with couples, things that like sizzling, fire, get the fire, keep your fire lit, I don't know, things like that, right? And then have your username on them. Oh gosh, if they're erasing your username, that's why you want to use those kinds of quotes. It's like, yes. So that goes with your brand. And eventually that's why branding is so key because put it in the center up closer so it can't be cropped. Like Leisha said, put it up closer and put it smaller so that it kind of fits right underneath. And pretty soon, if you're branding yourself right, people can see that it's you. They'll start to know, oh, I know whose brand that goes with. That's Priscilla's brand. Let me go check it out. Okay, they'll go and start to, because they know that those quotes, those like sexy quotes, reds and pinks, and think Valentine's Day, but like on steroids. Okay, think fire, think romance. It doesn't need to be the same thing that your business has put out. That's why I said with MLMs, multi-level marketing, don't do what they're doing. You know the products sell, but you are the brand that's selling the product. So focus on creating your own brand around the product, okay? All right. Now, your branded content, I was saying, is the best way to grow organically through shared content. Because guess what's going to happen now, Priscilla? What's going to happen is when you're creating those branded graphics just for you, for your audience, guess what's going to happen? People are going to share them. Couples are going to see them. Women are going to see them who are going to love them, who are your dream customers. They're going to share them with their audience. They're going to share them with their friends, right? They're going to be able to, you're going to get those shares day and night because it's a quote now instead of a sale feed, instead of a sell feed, instead of a sell graphic. Jesus, sorry. So it's a quote. It's something they can relate to. It's something that they can vibe with. And they're just like, yes, just like you just did. You literally just gave the response that your dream customer should be doing. So your feed should be whatever your USP is about. Is it about couples? using them? Is it about the independent woman who uses your products? Is it about the single woman who uses it? That's what your feed should look like. All right. And this will work so much better than paid promotions, than shout for shouts, because it's not people paid. When you guys share my content, you are social proof. You are social proof without me. That's why I'm not really big on doing paid promotion. In fact, I don't do any paid promotion, none, other than Facebook ads now. Zero from other brands. You know why? Because my people share my content every single day, and people know that I'm not paying them to do that. They're doing it because they believe in the quotes, which means they believe in the business. Okay? I love the way you use your own products and decor in your graphics. Thank you. I do. I use my own products always instead of like mock-ups and things, right? I use my home. So I use photos of my office. I use photos of my desk. Sometimes down in my like den lounge, I guess, whatever. I'll take photos there. They're my graphics that I put into everything, because guess what? No one else has that content unless they're just copying mine. Okay. So thank you. So yeah, get specific about your niche, get specific about the person that you are talking to, and then talk directly to them. So even if your pillars include more than one person, you're only going to talk to one person at a time. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the next one. Because that's 30 minutes in and I'm only like on the third one. Okay. I got to speed it up. I'll have y'all here all day talking to Instagram for bosses. Okay. Okay. See, like Leisha, I think about you. I think about your cups. I instantly just thought of your cups because I sipped out of that one and I still use your cups. Sips tea, like, that made me think of your audience, your girl, the particular person that you work with. Get specific and then just create content for that person. Sips tea, she's bossing up, she's, things like that. And that should be what your quotes are, even just one-liners. Okay? Get busy and get left behind. Okay? Because that is the person you are selling your products to. That's the person that's going to want your product. See, people get really stuck in that same old, I'm breaking stuff, that same old way of selling. And you don't have to. Have fun with it. Okay, have fun with your audience. All right. The next one is selling with a private page versus a personal page. Somebody please tell me why people are still doing this. I'm going to put this out here for the last time. Stop selling from private pages. Okay? So you may have a link in your bio, but you can't build trust, a no like and trust factor with anybody if they can't get onto your page or if they have to request you. Like, that's crazy. Okay? Please stop doing this. If you're going to have a private page, I tell you what, don't make it a business Instagram. Sell your product somewhere else. Okay? It's just, see, I hate that. Yeah, preach. Exactly. It's, who are you hiding from? Money? That's what the meme says with, what's his name? Who are you hiding from? Money? I mean, really, from Coming to America? I love that meme so much. Please stop doing this. Okay? You cannot build no like and trust factor using social media if your page is blocked. And again, you're saying to people, oh, you can request me. That is so like arrogant. That drives me nuts. Hashtag knock it off. Okay? All right. Yeah, how's that supposed to work? Seriously, but I see it all the time. Like I said, I did the little DM group, and that was one of the consistent things was going to people's page. And I'm like, okay, you want me to give you a review? I can't. It's private. Okay. Okay. The next one, bleeding money. Do you have a link in your bio? And if not, why? Why is there no link in your bio? This is the other extreme. So no, you don't need a website to sell a product. You really honestly don't. If you don't have a website, you can still sell. If you don't have a lead page yet, you can collect leads. I don't know why you wouldn't have a lead page, because you can get a blog. You can get a free blog and design a lead page with all the elements of a high converting lead page. That's something that I teach inside of my community, inside of Instagram for Bosses. I teach you exactly how to do all of that. So we're going to talk about Linktree in just a second. She is on it, guys. But if you don't have a link in your bio, you're missing out. So let's say you're doing the other part right. You are growth hacking. You have people coming to your page all the time because you're using amazing graphics. You've got really funny, really great quotes. So people are finding you on a discover page, right? And they get there and there's no link in your bio. There's nothing there. Hashtag bleeding money. Okay. What is the person supposed to do? And then people say, well, Tori, I don't have a website. And do you have MailChimp? Because MailChimp is free. So maybe you don't have the funds yet. And I'm a fan of, listen, I don't judge nobody. I started my business with not a single dime. Zero. Okay. I didn't have even no investment money. Okay. Zero. I just had the idea. So I get it. I don't judge anyone where you are, but start with where you are. Start with the free resources that are available to you and build from there. Because if you do that, I give you guys so many free resources and so many free tips that once you start, and of course, at a certain point, you got to invest to get like all the goods. Yes, of course. I'm a businesswoman, guy. But I make sure, where's Lisa? Lisa built on all the free stuff I put out from the beginning, and then she was able to join community. She was able to join coaching. She was able to move into private coaching, et cetera, et cetera. So you start with what you have, okay? I don't judge anybody. Now, once that link in your bio can be something as free, as simple as a free MailChimp link where people can sign up for that product, for your email list, okay? So now you're going to give them a valuable product. Lisa's like, yes, she did. And she worked her way up. I'm so proud of her. Lisa, drop your Instagram too so they can check it out. She's killing it. Okay. So you start little by little. You can use something as simple as a landing page, a quick little, hey, design something cute in Canva. We're opening, but we still want to give you these couple of tips on how to, whatever it might be, whatever your product is, whatever you're going to be selling. So for Lisa, it's self-love. Her brand, she sells like her tees and her branded clothing. But her message is self-love, self-acceptance, loving yourself at any size, loving yourself no matter what society, forget society's expectations. I said it the nice way. Okay. Nobody cares about society's expectations. So she could give away some sort of freebie for them getting on her list. Hey, download our lookbook. These are some of the things that are coming. And get 10 tips on 7 days of self-love. Oh, I like that. Use that, Lisa. 7 days of self-love, right? Use that, boo. So download our free 7 days of self-love workbook. So now they're going to get on her email list. Not because she said, I'm going to give you 10% off later. No, she's appealed to that person's emotion. So she's giving them something that appeals to them, that also goes with her whole business model. You feel me? Drop some diamonds if y'all feel that, because that's what you're selling anyway. You're selling emotions. So smart brands build their audiences and their influence first, because now when they think of self-love every day, guess who they're going to think of? Lisa and Bella Wren. Okay. Okay. The other thing that customers, that people do to make sure that they're not bleeding money, drop me some diamonds if y'all are still here. Ooh, I'm gonna take a sip. The other thing that smart brands do, guys, is they map the customer's journey. So you're gonna want to think about, hey girl, hey. So you're gonna want to think about that customer's journey from day one. Hashtag from day one. What is your goal for the customer in your business? We went way into this in the socialite this month. This was our business bundle this month, is really understanding how to create your customer's journey, but you need to have that figured out. I'm not going to go all into that in detail because it's a lot, okay? A whole business bundle worth. But I think I have a link in the description down below if you do want to get into the Socialite Society, but by all means, that's number one. You got to know what you're doing with your customer. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time. Yes, day one, exactly. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time doing what? Running around in circles, spinning your wheels, and not getting done what you need to be done in your business, stuck on like stupid because you don't have a plan. So it's like, okay, I'm going to sell this. Oh, I'm going to sell that. I did it. Listen, I did it for the first year or so of bling. I did it because I was trial and erroring shit. I didn't know what I was doing. I was selling stuff left and right, but I was tired. I was tired because I didn't have a plan until I figured out how to do that case of the month. Okay. So I'm telling you from day one, get you a customer journey and a plan for your customer. All right. Okay. The next one is your Instagram mobile friendly? Do you know if your Instagram is mobile friendly? That means your bio links. Again, remember, everyone is going from your feed to the link in your bio to the landing page. Is it mobile friendly when they get there? Like, is it responsive? Have you ever clicked on somebody's Instagram? Like, you go to your Instagram, then you click on their feed. Okay, boom, boom, boom. You click on their link in their bio. You get to the link in the bio, and the page is all jacked up. You're like, what and what? So you're struggling to even be able to see what's going on their website. You don't know. You can't get to it. Or even more frustrating is the next one. Pop-ups. Pop-ups can actually hinder your site if people can't exit out of them. So you have to be able to go back through and make sure that you're creating pop-ups that are easily X'd out. I have literally left websites because I couldn't get the pop-up to go away. And that's why on my previous site, I didn't even use pop-ups because same thing. I would go check my blog after I sent it live from my phone, from my cell phone, because again, Instagram is mobile. Okay, so I would go to my phone, go check, see if I could get to the page. And when the pop-up got there, I know this because it's happened to me and I can't get the pop-up to leave. So the last thing I want is for people to not be able to read whatever's on my page. And a lot of you, and let me know if this is you got that pop-up as soon as people get to your page. It's one of the very first things that they come, like that happens like within seconds. It's like, oh, whoa, there's a pop-up. So, and I know it happens to me too, because even though I've got mine set for like a minute or something after they get there, it still, for some reason, it still pops up right away. Okay, so just make sure that you're able to, people can easily get that pop-up. I know everyone just ran to go check their pop-ups, right? I hope so. Okay, just do it on another screen. Got it. So make sure that people are able to access your pop-up and make it something valuable. Okay, percentage off is great, but I suggest, and this is just my strategy that works for me, that works like crazy. In fact, I give people something valuable. They get on my list because they want that value. And later on, if you want to offer them discounts, do that to the list of people that you know is engaged. People who are just coming, visitors that are just coming to your business may not even care about a discount because they don't even know why they care about you yet. So instead, flip that. Give them something valuable and then let them come back through your email, through your sequences, see what they're interested in. And when you can see, oh, they're really signing up for this thing, give them value on that thing. Give them that discount on the thing that you know they want, but maybe they haven't pulled the trigger on. Okay, I shouldn't use that. I don't like that. Maybe they haven't, flipped the switch on. Let's do that. Okay. Whew. The next one is creating, any questions on that one? Creating first impressions that convert. Okay, this is the one I know when y'all get upset with me because y'all think I'm picking on you. I am. No. I'm not picking on you. I want you to hashtag knock it off though. Okay. So when I go to your feed and I'm on Poshtori right now, I'm scrolling through. I'm trying to find my people that I want to follow. And I get there and I click follow because those are my people. Yes, I'm following my booze. But every single day when I'm in there, I see images of bundles, hair bundles, or people laying down getting their lashes done. You see the tape on their eyes. Y'all know, you know it was coming. I know y'all know it was coming. Their eyes are down and they've got tape over their lashes. They're gonna, and I'm scrolling and there's the big for sale. Oh, there's that one, 15% off. And I'm scrolling. What's another one? Anybody, let me know if there's one that I missed. Mannequins. I'm following, you got this beautiful jewelry, and yet I'm looking at it on mannequins. Or there's a MLM that I follow because it's my girl, and there is another sale one that we talked about earlier. Nobody wants to see this in their feed all day. And the quickest thing to do to get that out of your feed is to unsubscribe or unfollow, right? Anybody guilty of any of those? The quickest way to get rid of it is to unfollow. So your image is what is going to draw people in before anything else does, before they read your caption, before they check anything else about you, before they get to the link in your bio, before they get to your website or your lead page or your value offer, or even your story a lot of time. This one could be either way. Sometimes they find you by the story. But before they do any of those other converting things, your offline conversion, what they do is scroll their feed and see if they're, let's see which person I want to follow. Oh, this caught my attention. Let me follow them. But if they're constantly having to look at your service in your feed, most likely, or stock photos in your feed, most likely they're going to unfollow. There are so many ways to avoid this. Okay, mock-ups. There are sites, place it. Great mock-ups. Mock up your books. Okay, don't just show a picture of that cover. Put it on books. Put it in the hands of people. And they have mock-up sites that are so easy. Inside of my free resources list, I've got some exampple for you. Okay, there's a lot of really great things to use, but a mock-up company, I think there's 2 of them in there. It from the on the website poshgirlsclub.com. Get the free resource list. That's going to help you jumpstart your business. Okay. Yeah, I'm obsessed with place it. Okay, so your first impression must be spot on because they last. They do last. All right, let's move on. Creating captivating captions for Instagram. So the goal for your captions is, what do you guys think the goal is? The goal is to get people talking to you. The goal is to get people, yes, liking and sharing, absolutely. But if they're talking to you, they're converting. They're building a relationship. They're getting to know you. Okay? Now, I have a little formula that I use for posting every day, and I'm going to give it to you. I do 1 post for viral. That means I'm going to cast the net to reach a ton of people and then start to basically funnel down. Okay? I have 1 post for MSI, which is meaningful social interaction with my dream customer. So that one, that's the one that usually gets like a few comments. Okay? So it's great to get that viral. That's fun, 600 comments on one or 800 on one of my last ones, which is always fun. But what's better is that meaningful social interaction. So the viral is meant to bring in people and then funnel through to see who wants to have meaningful conversations with me based on the things that I'm teaching. And then that third one, the things that I am selling. So that's my post for offers. That is the one that's going to be, that's the one that's going to be to, hey, go check out the link in my bio. I'm doing a live stream. Hey, I've got this course that I'm giving you, but it's still going to have that text for MSI, and we'll talk about that in a second. So the times, I don't have a specific, well, for me, I usually start around 10 a.m. Your times is going to depend on your customer. So think about your customer's schedule. Think about your person's schedule. Okay. I post at 10 a.m. because I don't want the person that's running around at 8 or 9 a.m. to get to work. And I know a lot of my girls are side hustling. They're moving into entrepreneurship, or they're already entrepreneurs and they're looking to scale. So I know 10 o'clock for me is going to be a great time to post my first one. I don't need to post before then because they're doing it. If they're entrepreneurs, they're yes, after 5. Yes, honey, when they're getting ready for their night out. Okay. They're getting ready for sexy time. But seriously, think about the time, the schedule, and what your customer's day looks like. That's really important. See, I can tell you what times work for me, but that's going to come down to research. All right, so pay attention. I think Planoly shows you that data, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Planoly is one of the apps that will show you. There are some other ones, but you have to log in with your Instagram. Don't do it. Okay, do not log into other apps with your Instagram. Don't do it. Instagram tells you do not do that. Don't use third party. And a lot of those people, you wonder why people's accounts get hacked. That's why, because they're logging into Instagram with other stuff and they tell you don't do it. Okay. So, and they can also get your account shut down. All right. Because a lot of people use those bots and stuff to run their accounts, but those bots will steal your Instagram. What was it? I read that somewhere. I'll have to find that and maybe post it underneath here. But there's one of those apps that checks your time. And I did a video on this. I can't think of it. Anyway, don't do it. Instagram does not like that. They tell you right in the terms and conditions, don't give your information to these third-party services and don't hit us up after they steal your account. Okay. Okay. Now, email marketing in the customer journey. So we talked a little bit about the customer journey. You need a goal for what they're going to do inside of your business. Okay. So you can map the journey. The reason you need that goal is because you're mapping the journey through your automation, through your email, through your relationship building of that know, like, and trust factor. This should begin with a series of emails that you have already put together, because if you haven't already put it together, you're going to find yourself hustling around trying to get it all done after the fact, which means you're not focused on marketing even. You're not focused on marketing the product because you're still building it. Okay, does that make sense? So you need to have a full email automation already set up, especially now. It is holiday time. It's getting ready to be. Okay, and if this is new to you and automations are new to you, I highly suggest working on this right now. Okay, Instagram for Bosses definitely helps you. It's the quickest way to get set up for the holiday, for one, but it's the quickest way to go through each one of these things that I'm telling you about. Okay, but the holidays are coming, so however you do that, make sure you have these things set up in advance so that you can start running ads to them, because the time is now to do that. Don't wait until September to start doing this, because guess what? The brands who've already done it, who've already set their businesses up to reach new people, they already have those new people getting to know their brand, establishing that know, like, and trust factor, going through those email sequences and automations with them, because they're not just about selling products. Those automations are about relationship building. Every email doesn't need to be an offer. Okay, they're about relationship building. So you need to do that in advance. All right. Now, analytics and research. This goes back to the question about what are the best times to post. Analytics and research. So that's going to be the hub of your business. Every single day, I go through my, most days, I try to do it every single day. I may go a day or two without, but at least 5 days a week, I'm going through, I'm checking to see which posts did the best. Okay. I'm checking to review the content that's working in my market. Okay. Because I don't want to be posting stuff that's not going to give me that viral post. I don't want to post anything that's not going to get people having MSI with me. Okay. And I don't want to post content that's not going to get people into my email sequences, into that relationship building. So I'm constantly making sure that we are building those, checking those analytics. Yeah, later is one. So yeah, Planoly does work too. I'm like, I use Planoly. I don't really use that because I've got that down, but that's where I originally figured it out from, was based on their app. So later as well. I used to use later. I just think Planoly is prettier. That's really the only reason I use that one. That's really the only reason I use that one instead. They do the same thing for sure. Okay, so definitely check and see what the market is doing. See what other people in your market are doing. That's called market research. Okay, what's working for them? What types of posts? There's that stupid little net. What types of posts are working for them? And then once you see what's working, figure out what's missing. Figure out what you can add. Differentiation, okay? And then carve out your niche. Okay, that's what people miss. They start doing what everyone else is doing, and it just doesn't work the same way. That's what your USP, your unique selling proposition, is all about, is differentiation. What's missing from that market? And then present it in your way. You might even take it and have an opposing view. Differentiation. That's going to be a whole other market that's just for you, because you're doing it different than the way that they did it, and you're offering something new that they did not focus on. All right. So the next one is that, yeah, Tailwind is awesome as well. The next one is the Instagram shadow ban. Is it a real thing? Okay. Yes, it's a real thing. I don't care, Instagram, what you say. It is a real thing. And it can come from using the same hashtags over and over. This is my opinion, but based on facts. Okay. Using those same hashtags over and over, you notice your engagement is down. Start clicking on your hashtags and see if you're showing up. Probably not. So I will get, Tori, oh my gosh, I'm not showing up in my hashtags. Well, how many sets of hashtags do you have? 1. There you go. How many times are you posting a day? 3. With the same hashtags? Yes. Okay. Switch them up. If you are using the same hashtags over and over, Instagram considers that as spammy behavior, and they will quickly shadow ban you. If you're using hashtags that are just popular and they're not, like one that would all the time go shadow ban is a beauty influencer, and you would click on, this is maybe 2 years ago. I haven't checked in a while because I don't use it anymore, but I shouldn't have been using it anyway because I'm not. But it was for growth, right? And now what they're doing is, if you're using that, if you tap on it, sometimes it'll tell you that you'll get an error message. And the reason is because people are using the tags that really don't apply to their business. And so it doesn't go together. And so there's no MSI happening. There's definitely no, we'll have to work on that inside of Instagram for Business. Oh yeah, you have to swap them up. Get yourself at least 5. I've got 5 sets, and make them different amounts. So yes, you can use 30. Don't use all 30 in every one. Sure, use 30 in some, but not in every one. Okay. In fact, I think I have 6 sets of hashtags now. Just did a new set a couple of weeks ago. So make sure that you are switching those up so that you don't stop showing up. All right. That's one of the very first things you can check when you are not getting the type of engagement that you're used to. Check and see if you're being shadow banned, if you're not showing up in those tags. Speaking of hashtags, let's talk about this for a sec. My coffee is ice cold. Lovely. Speaking of hashtags, how to use hashtags properly. I've got an extra one, a bonus one on this one for you. Okay. So, of course, you're going to use hashtags of the person or your dream customer. I've been saying this for over 2 years now. Use the hashtags of your dream customer, not your market, and you'll end up with more people in your market who do what you do, i.e. competitors. So if you're using the hashtags of your market, you're just going to get lots more people in your business that do what you do. Anyone struggling from that? Still, this is something I've been talking about for so long. It was one of the pointers in that video that I talked about from a year ago. And I noticed, in going through from that little pod that we did, the little group chat that I talked about in the beginning, people still doing that, still using the wrong hashtags that are so broad. And then another step further is in their bio, they're using those same vague hashtags. Hashtag knock it off. Okay, drop that. Hashtag knock it off. Seriously, they're using those same hashtags. So let's say you are a pure romance seller. You sell pure romance. Priscilla, you're just getting all kinds of action, girl. Okay. I meant that literally and figuratively. But yeah, let's say you're using hashtag pure romance in your bio. And so someone goes in because you're selling it. So yeah, obviously I should be using it. No, if you have that in your bio, they're going to tap it and they're going to see all these other people selling pure romance. So now you've sent people out to someone who may even be branding better, who may not have that no DM me, don't DM me. And I'm not saying Priscilla's not one of those people who did the no DM. I'm just pulling it all back together. Okay. Saying no DMs or no returns or whatever other negatives people are putting out there. All those things, they're going to find someone who's like, yes, come and DM me. Yes, look at that cute couples quote, right? Good to know. Oh my God, thanks. Yeah, you cannot do that because it's going to lead people to more of those people. You want your own branded hashtags inside of your bio, just yours, okay? Because you don't, now in your post, of course, you can use those types of hashtags under your post. Right? The first comment under your post. Use whatever you want, but in your bio, that precious space that should only be about you, use your own branded hashtag. So it could be Priscilla Pure Romance, because only your audience, only your customers are going to use that. And only you're going to use it. Okay? Now, here's another little hashtag tip that I don't think I've ever shared with you guys outside of private coaching. Quick tip, use the hashtags of brands that you want to get their attention. You know why? Because most brands follow their own hashtags. So whenever people use the Posh Girls Club, sometimes I'll comment because yeah, I want them to use my hashtag all the time. I want them to put it out there. I want 5 million uses of my hashtag, just like we've got, I think we're at 12 million now of our Jiffy brand views. Okay, so our Jiffy brand, we're a Jiffy brand, which means you can search us up, Posh Girls Club, inside of when you're doing an Instagram story. And you can use one of my GIFs. Is it GIFs or GIFs? Whatever. You know what I mean. And we've got over 12 million uses now of it, right? Which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so definitely use our little GIFs. But I want to get our hashtag usage up as well. So use the hashtags. That helps them engage. If nothing else, they may like it. They may go and see, hey, who is this brand? I do it. When people use mine or they tag me and I see that notification on my feed, I go and check it out. I want to see who it is and how they know me and what they're doing. And then you create content for them, which is called market research. Because usually they're entrepreneurs or they're influencers or aspiring entrepreneurs or influencers. Yes. So definitely use the hashtags, follow the hashtag, use the hashtags of brands that you want to get their attention. Because I promise you, Instagram has that follow feature. They are following their own tags. So if you want to reach more of your dream customer, like when I say like the different celebrities and stuff that I've worked with, if you want to use them, or the different brands, CoverGirl, whatever the brand might be, what is it? I am what I make up. I am what I make up is one of CoverGirl's hashtags, right? So guess what? I bet you that CoverGirl is following that hashtag. So if you use that, there aren't millions of people using it, but if you use it in your tag, they're seeing it. So if you're someone who is a beauty influencer and you are using that all the time, somebody running that account is going to get used to seeing your face and maybe they're going to like what you're doing. You're increasing your chances. That's really what you're doing. You're increasing your chances of being seen by that brand. See, these are the things that you have to do consistently that people don't do consistently. They'll do it a couple of times and then they'll stop because they're tired. But I reached Gary Vee because I was very intentional. And then he reached out to me. His people reached out to me to partner up. That's strategy. That's not by accident. There are millions of people on Instagram trying to get Gary Vee's attention. And yet, in just a little while, I was able to get his attention and then get a partnership with him. So this is strategy. This isn't something I'm just pulling like out of the blue. I've done it over and over and over. So that's just one little hashtag tip that you can use to reach your people and get their attention. All right. Now, that's right. It increases the visibility to that specific brand, to that brand that you want to, and make sure you include it in all of your sets so that you can make sure that they're seeing all of your content, because the consistency is what gets people attention. It's like, oh, I've seen that name before. And before he even contacted me about doing that partnership, it's on my personal page at Posh Tori where he was like, hey, the Posh Girls Club, I'm expecting whatever it was from you. So he was paying attention. He already had me in his brain because I was constantly showing up. I was constantly using different methods that I teach inside of Instagram for Bosses. I teach you exactly how to do this stuff so that you can reach your dream customer. And that's when I say dream customer, that's what I mean. Like those brands that you would love to work with, that you would love to be noticed by, because you never know what they have happening. Okay. Absolutely. I use my hashtags in my stories all the time, at least 10. And then you squeeze them down to hide them so it's not spammy looking. Every story I send out, you can bet there's 10 hashtags on it. Okay. Okay. And my hashtags is how I reach I growth hack too through my hashtags, because I take my feed post and I send it to my story over and over. Listen, you guys, if you have good content on your feed, send every piece of it to your story, because with every story, you're reaching potentially new audiences, especially if you're spreading out those hashtags and doing different sets of them. You're pulling in new people every single time. Okay. All right, how to drive genuine engagement to reach the Explore page. So you do that through MSI. Meaningful social interaction. I talked about it a little bit because clearly everyone doesn't see your post. Everybody does not see every post that you put up. So you've got to create, and I mean, by everyone, I mean people that are following you. You've got to create ways to get people to engage with your content and feed so that they will see your posts and engage more. It's tricky. So Instagram's algorithm is going to show your content to the people who engage with you the most. Okay, not just those who are here and there, but those who engage with you the most. And this is exactly why the mannequins, the stock images, the same photos that everyone else uses, it just doesn't work, especially when you are starting out. No one wants to see it. So you got to find, something as simple as even thinking about the jewelry, laying it out on like a furry little, whatever your brand vibe is, laying it out, flat lay it, and snap a picture with your phone. That's still better than putting it on a mannequin, okay? Because you can position it for your ideal customer. What's the background you're going to put it on? Maybe it's glass. Maybe it's fuzzy fur or something. But you don't just want plain white background stock images with no person holding your cups, with no person reading your book, because it doesn't really show the person that it's for them. If I've got a picture of a girl, a woman with her glasses on, she's reading, she's propped up, and she might be in a cute setting, that says something about the person who's going to be reading it. Okay? That says something about the type of customer that I am driving and looking to bring in from that graphic. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the mannequins, the stock images, those same photos that everyone else uses, they don't drive comments. They don't drive engagement from new people because they've seen it all before a million times. And you can't, especially when you're starting out, and you're just getting going, or you're really just getting some traction into your brand. All right, so another way to drive that MSI is right after you post, comment back to people. Comment back. I do this. I have a huge audience, but I go, and you know why they keep coming back? I notice it's a lot of the same people. And they keep coming back because I keep interacting with them. I don't feel like, and people, I got a message from someone one day and she was like, I can't believe you're still responding to me. I was like, well, I don't get when people don't. Like, who raised you? Seriously, who raised you? You can't respond to people back that are constantly engaged in your brand, that are bringing value into your business. Now, there's those people who are constantly asking me for something in my DMs that I'm not responding to that. Like, really? I'm not responding to that because I get that all day, every day. And I built my business. Like, I spent the time, the money, the effort, the hustle of building my business. So no, you can't have a shout out. Okay. Yes, you can buy a shout out because I put in the work, you know, or maybe even if you don't buy a shout out, because I really don't sell a ton of ad space. It's just not what I want to spend my time doing, honestly. But if you are using my materials and you tag me and you're opening up just like the other day, I posted one. Someone is Friday with the Posh Girls Club. Hell yeah, I'm posting that because you're giving me value back. And she tagged her business, which I'm not even mad at. Because you know why? She sent me something valuable, which is UGC, user-generated content. And you got to love user-generated content. In fact, she caught on because she sent me a couple days earlier her with my Instagram for Business book. She got her copy and she took a picture with it and sent it to me. UGC all day. Yes, I will repost you. But just DMing me and asking me for a post, that's not valuable to me, right? And I'm a business. So go in, interact with people, comment, build relationships, spend the time from both ends, and then Instagram is going to help you build that relationship. I will go then on the people who comment on my stuff often and they're engaged with me often. I will go to their pages. I will comment when I've got downtime because they've spent the time investing in me. What makes me think that I shouldn't do something valuable back? That is very valuable. And if you want to build, do something valuable for other people. Give what you want. That is a golden rule. If you want something, give it. And watch how it comes back to you over and over. Okay, so you're going to need several elements. We're going to wrap up soon and still have some brand reviews to do. You're going to need several elements to help you get started driving that engagement, like branded graphics, of course, that people want to share, which only works for your niche market because otherwise it confuses the audience, okay? Let me know if you guys know what I mean. I've given an example already, but if you still have questions, let me know. Make sure it's not confusing your audience so that they know you're talking to them. And the message should be consistent, easy. Make sure it is shareable because that brings more people coming in all the time. Make sure you're creating that viral content and do some research. Make sure you're creating long form posts, especially in those posts that are meant for MSI. So even if you're just getting a couple comments here and there, who cares? That's only at first. I mean, when I first started doing my MSI posts, legitimately no one said anything. Like even I have a huge community of at least 3 or 4 different private communities on Facebook. Y'all don't be posting on my Instagram because they talk to me on Facebook. They talk to me privately. It'd be nice, no? But they do. They have me in a private community. So they're really, all of them don't really post on my feed like that. So a lot of times there's nothing there to start. And then the more people got used to me and used to me and used to, until one day there was like 200 and something comments on an MSI post. And I'm like, she is out here winning. No. Seriously though. Little by little, drop me some diamonds. Do you guys get nervous when it comes to putting up those personal posts? Let me know so I know you're not asleep. I know I get on a roll. Whew. But yeah, plus these lights are about to make me faint. My new light came in and I didn't have a chance to set it up. So it's like on my desk and it's literally making me burn up. But yeah, I know it can be daunting. It can be daunting, but if you consistently do it and you're consistently doing the other parts in your business, you will start to notice that people will start to comment back. Vulnerability is a strength. It is a strength. It is tough too, because you're putting your whole self out there, but you have to be fearless and fierce. You do, because once you do, you'll start to see the reward. Even if it's just a couple people, one or two in the beginning, it will start to grow when you're consistent. Okay. And the reason is because people are looking for those relationships. They're looking for that relatability with you as a brand. And the more you do it, and I don't mean like every single day you got to be given like a whole, there's a balance to this, but people will start to resonate with that message. And even if it's one or two, the more you consistently match that message, that's so true. Yeah. The more you consistently match the message, and you start to build. I know friend is in private coaching and she's seen it happen. The more you start to build it and be consistent with it, that means pulling all the elements together though. So what I notice happen with a lot of people is that they start out and they're like all gung-ho. And then they realize the level of commitment that it takes. And you have all these other things going on in your day. That's why you have to, like I said in the beginning, you got to be committed to this thing. Because it is consistent work. Building a business, the work doesn't ever stop. Now, you can build a business very smart where you've got systems that help you, where then you can bring on a team to help you little by little and start to build. That's when it really gets easy. But in that interim, you have to be willing to put in that initial work. And that's why I broke down, that is why I created Instagram for Bosses, because I wanted people to have a way to just go through those main steps first so that you're not trying to do everything, because it's impossible to do it all quickly. But you can do some of those key elements and start with that really strong foundation while you then go in and start building some of those other things like we do inside of the socialite. Okay, so, but you got to be willing to put in that initial work to get you started. Those long form posts are going to help get you there. All right. Okay. Let's take a breather. I've been talking straight for an hour and 15 minutes, y'all. Like, we out here. Okay. I'm wrapping up soon. How to make the Instagram algorithm work for you. Okay. You want to make the Instagram algorithm work for you? Easy. Use what Instagram gives you. Instagram stories, IGTV, shareable posts. Okay? Thank you. Shareable posts. The posts that people want to share, that's why you have the little share thing right next to your photo. They drop all these clues. Now on the Discover page, what do you have? You have IGTV, you have feed posts, you have categories. Seriously, use them. Use them. Niche down. Use all of the different features that they are giving you. They've even given you a secret way to use a swipe up feature to go directly to your offers. Are you guys doing that? If you've got under 10,000, you can use a swipe up feature. There is a way to do it. And let me know if you don't know what it is. If you do, maybe you've heard me say it already. I've been saying it for quite a while. But use what Instagram gives you, or they'll take it away, or you won't get it. Okay? Or you just won't get it, or you'll be one of the last people to get it. So use everything and put a system together. Now, someone mentioned Linktree earlier. And so speaking about your offers and putting your offers together, no more Linktree. I'm challenging everyone today to remove Linktree. This is scary. I know it's scary because you think, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't work, or why it works less. It doesn't not work, but it works less. Works better for more established brands. I'm going to tell you a story. So when I started using Instagram, when I was first started selling bling, I had my website, and people would come to my site and they would sit on my website forever, like just sit there. They would sit there. They would be like, Tori, oh my gosh, I love shopping your site. It is so fabulous. I just love everything. And I used to pack everything onto the site. I'm talking hundreds of products. Now you go to Poshlight Bling, there's like a couple things. You know why? Because they know I can make custom things. They know we can provide them with whatever they want because we've been around for so long. So the workload has tremendously dropped as far as promotion. It's an established brand, 17 years, almost 20 years now. Established brand. But people would come and they would sit on the site because I had so much on the site. And so by the time they finally decided to buy, it had been like weeks, sometimes even months before they finally flipped the switch. I said no more pulling. Before they finally flipped the switch. Now, I change it up. I get my case of the month. My case of the month instantly changed everything. So now I could sell 30K and do none of the hands-on work, none of it, none of the actual designing. Instead of hand designing, one product at a time, little by little, having people go through the site and just sit there and, have to decide on all these things. I gave them a single thing to do every month. And that changed my business. And that is why I want you to remove your link tree. I also did this with the Posh Girls Club. Initially, same thing with the Posh Girls Club. I do everything. I've got all of these products, all of these services, and that's great. If you're visiting my site, if you're visiting my website, that means you are an established person with me. You know me, and now you're just looking for different. So what solutions does Tori offer? If you're new, and if I'm pushing one single thing, just like right now, what's the link in my bio? The link in my bio is this class. Because I don't want you to go and sit on my website right now. I want you in the class, and it's going to stay there for a couple hours so that people who are in other time zones or other parts of the world can then come on, because guess what? My people they're busy. So most of them come for the replays. In fact, I would say 97% of my people, probably more than that, are for the replays. And then I set up automations that follow up these lives that I do so that every new person that comes into my business is eventually going to see this live. Because I'm presenting single call to actions. I'm not trying to give you everything at once. Because yes, I have a lot of things that you can do with me on different price points. This one, we're all about Instagram for bosses today, because I want you to do one thing. You know what I want that one thing is? I want you to get your business ready for the holidays. That's what I want you to do. I want you to set up your Instagram now, because I made a promise to my community that I want you to be able to be prepared for the holidays. Every year, since last year, I'm like, every year I'm getting on you early because you're busy and you're running your life. You're running your life. You've got families. You might be in school, single, living your best life. Yes. Professionals, business professionals who are building other streams of income. So I'm going to make sure you have time to go through and actually apply the resources, and the full courses are already there. I have my girls in the socialite who are learning new things at their own pace. This particular thing is for you to get set up quickly. So single calls to actions. Drop me some diamonds if you are here for it. If you're going to change that link tree, get a single lead page put together and send your person to one thing. So like my Priscilla, I want you, what specific product do you want to be offering? You might want to be building a product for couples for the holidays. Maybe one from the husband, because we're going to split this in two. One from the husband to the wife, and one from the wife to the husband. Also, best friend to best friend. She might want to make sure that her girl is good to go, okay? I don't know. That was just an example. But those are fun, like bridal gifts and things like that. But just think holidays, because the holidays are coming. So you want to start packaging your products, okay, and putting them together, but one by one. Because then once the person is inside of your business, you can silent launch over and over. That's what I teach inside of Instagram for Bosses. I teach you how to create that package and then silent launch the other packages, the other products. So it's not like this constant launch after launch after launch. It's simply introduction and moving the customer through your business. That's what I do. I don't have launches. Like, listen, who has got time for that? I am busy. Okay. I don't have time to do all these like appearances and big, and it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. And I want to do one event per quarter. So that's for a year where we really get down, just like in October, where we really sit down and we work. I'm not about the pretense of a business. I want to create actual sustainable, real scalable businesses. I don't want to be doing shows for the world. Okay. I want you to make money and not pretend that you're making money. Okay, so those are the types of events that I want, and I want to build relationships with my communities. So those are the types of things that me specifically, that's what I do. All right, so think about your call to actions, how you're going to build, how you're going to bring the person into your business with one single call to action, create a funnel for it. Draw more people in through ads, but more importantly, Facebook ads should be a small part of your business model. I run them every day, yes, but for very cheap. I think my Facebook ads, the way I have them set up there, they cost me pennies, literally under pennies, 0.03, 0.06, because I've gotten them down so specifically, and then I just run them to different single offers. But more importantly, I growth hack. I bring people in through proper branding. So that is what I want you to do. That's what I want you to start building, to make that algorithm work for you, to make single offers that are going to watch your conversion, make your conversions increase tremendously. I don't want to give you little pieces of products here and there that aren't going to help, that are going to help me sell way more. Yeah. But they're not going to get you a full understanding and concept of what you're building. Okay, of how you're going to make money consistently. All right. All of that aligns with focus. Okay. And then finally, the last one that I'm going to give you, actually maybe two more. So influence. Let's talk about influence really quickly, and then one more. And then we'll do brand reviews. Really quickly, I'll do 2 brand reviews, okay, because we're going on at 90 minutes. Okay, so influence converts way more than information. You know why? Because just like Priscilla said that I was adorable, people do business with people they like. So they start with that get to know me, like, oh, she's all right, I'll deal with her. And then trust. The trust factor comes in because I just spent 90 minutes telling you all about different parts of business and how to do business and why it works versus why it doesn't. And would you say it makes sense? Drop me some diamonds if anything that I've said makes sense. People do business with people they like. So influence converts. I want you to focus on influence, and you do that through your brand pillars. I'm trying not to get y'all, I'm giving y'all so much today, but I haven't done a YouTube live in a long time, and so I was really excited. Oh my gosh. So focus on your influence. Focus on building the relationship with your audience and communicating with them more. Use that story feature that I told you guys about. And value converts. That's the final one, the final pointer that I told you I was going to cover. Here's one that drives me nuts. Stop posting on people's pages selling products to their audiences. Okay, people do this to me all the time. I don't worry about it. And even in the group, let's just cover that for a second. So in the little chat group that I put together over last week, I had the option for people to, come in and talk to me and ask me business questions, get to know them. We had some new socialites that came in from that because they could see how much information I knew, and I was answering their giving them value. Then you'll get one person who will pop into the group and be like, so give this long post about their business and, hey, come check out my page. Here's my personal page. Here's my private page. 2 people tried it. Let me tell you why this doesn't hurt me, though, because I was like, okay, I'm going to use this as a teaching opportunity. I literally said that. The wrong person to do that to. I was like, so this is why that doesn't work. It doesn't work because this is a focus group. This is a group that is specifically trying to learn how to start a business. They want to learn how to create something of their own. And so you just came in and you took value away instead of adding value. So that doesn't bring you anything. You give what you want. Okay. And what they did was take. Instead of coming in and using that opportunity, people pay me hundreds and thousands of dollars to help them build their companies, to build their businesses. And instead of you using that as an opportunity, I could have taught you something. But instead I'm gonna teach you a lesson. It's not a lesson that you want to learn. I'm gonna use you as an example, since you was bold enough to come up here in my group and be crazy. Okay? Don't do that. You're taking away value. You're missing out. The key is to give what you want. Okay? I want value. Let me give you some value. Let me give you something that's going to help you. Because if you can't get it today, guess what? When you're ready, who are you going to come looking for? So that's it. That's my main messages. That's what I wanted to share with you. Just so many of the things that I've seen. And if you guys wanted, I am ready to take 2 people for a brand review who've not had one with me, because I know I have some of my babes who they know when it's time to drop their things. But if you have not had a brand review yet, drop your name or drop your Instagram and I will check it out. Oh, and my cold coffee. That's okay. I'm going to drink every single drop. But yeah, you really do have to think about the value. Thank you. You do have to think about the value, and you do have to think about the customer first. Okay? You have to think about the customer first. Just a quick note before I do the brand reviews. I have Instagram for Bosses open right now. So if you are wanting to get inside of, if you're ready to start building your business and get your business ready for the holidays, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to drop the double payment. So you could do it split. It's $197 versus $397. Okay? Because it is literally everything that I have learned about getting your Instagram up and running quickly so that you can do it quickly. I've done it the long way. You can do it the quick way. That's the split payment if you want to do Instagram for Bosses. That's the split. It's $197 and you can do 2 separate payments, okay? And the other option for it is down below in the link in the description. Okay, we are going to get started. Let's see. I'm so excited. I love doing brand. Y'all know I love doing brand reviews. Yes. Okay, let's see. So I have Romantic Chris, of course. She is working, y'all. I'm telling you. She's one of my Instagram for Bosses girls. Let's see. Who just got in. Ooh. I see the difference. Yes. See, she just got into Instagram for Bosses not long ago, and I can already see the difference. Oh my gosh, this is good. This is good. So here's a great example. So even though there's, for example, I talk about using like those sale graphics, but here's an example of doing that in a smart way. So she does have the product on it, but she has created the graphic in her branding. There's no like giant text on it. Oh, this must be the ones that people are using. I can totally see that. So what you're going to want to do, I wouldn't even put the website, honestly, babe. And this is great. Let me tell you why hers is great right now. Because normally the first place I'm drawn is to people's social logo. I was instantly drawn to her page and the graphics on her page, which is amazing. So good. So even though she has a sale graphic on here, this is a sale graphic done right. I would actually put your @Romantic Chris underneath where it says $200 value. This is a product graphic done right. It's done in her branding. She's got clear graphics. She has a mix of 20 businesses, 20 last 7 days, and today is 105. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And you can see she's already making such amazing changes. You are a pink suburb. I love it. So good. Now I would take it. See, there you go. If it doesn't bring you, or again, another great example of using those branded graphics that have to do with her product, but without saying, hey, come get the product. But it's still attracting the right person. It says, if it doesn't bring you income, inspiration, or orgasms, it doesn't belong in your life. You see, oh, you inspire me. Yes. Well, I'm so inspired by what you're doing. I'm going to like, yes. I'm even going to comment and be like, yes, honey. I love it. So good. So good. That is exactly what I mean by taking your product and creating your own brand around it. Even though it's multi-level marketing, you would never guess that from what she's doing. Good girl. She is putting that content to work. I love it. So good. Okay, so let me go back up. Pure Romance by Priscilla, which is great because that first topic is searchable. So Pure Romance by Priscilla, it's searchable. So if someone's looking for pure romance, Priscilla is going to pop up. She's going to be one of those options because she has that link in her bio, that topic in her bio that's searchable. Okay. And I do love that you also did it in Spanish as well. Very smart because it's bilingual. USA and Puerto Rico. Yes, Boricuas. My babies are half Puerto Rican. Okay. So I love it. Now, the only thing I would change, I do like that you have USA and Puerto Rico. So is that the only place you ship? Because that could be limiting. And the fact that you already spoke in Spanish lets people know that you are bilingual. So, but if those are the only two places you are targeting, okay, I could see leaving that. We are hiring, join my team today. That is where I would change it. I would say, I would again make it more about the product. That's the Torres. Yes, I kept my married name only because of my babies. Okay, and plus, you know, I kind of got famous off of Tori Torres. So, okay, so shipping method is expensive. All right, so I would, okay, so cool, leave that then. That makes sense. If you're only targeting those two places, that's smart. We're hiring, join my team today. That, I think this is where a lot of people miss. This is where you could use your graphics again and your stories. Once you make the graphics, then send it to your story. I think that is where you should be focused on joining the team. So you have to decide, and this is a lot of people do this. They get focused on, you're doing two things. You're selling the product, but you also want to build a team. So you got to decide on which days you're going to be focused on building the team, because that might be the link in your bio. And then which days you are selling the product, and that'll be the link in your bio on another day. But you can't serve two masters, because now your actual customer is like, okay, well, they don't really know the person who's coming in. So that's what I mean by focus. You need to choose the days and the time that you're going to specifically focus on one thing or the other. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's awesome, amazing, looks great. I can see the changes, which is incredible. And I do like, okay, good, once link in your bio. Now, again, with the link in your bio, here, amazing photo. I would actually make, again, specific call to action here. So I would make maybe, depending on which product you're selling, focus on a product a week. I want you to try focus. I really want you to do that. A product with an upsell per week and see how that works. Because again, once you have, so value offer, product upsell. So you're going to give people something, a landing page where they're just coming in for that value first. They're coming in to get to know you and how that brand matches you and what you're, putting on your feed, those different quotes and stuff that are pulling in maybe couples that week. You might be focused on couples and a product for couples and an upsell for couples. Okay. Now, the link in your bio would just be for that one thing, because you have so many things here. Focus on, okay, so if this week is the Bosom Buddy, then that's what the link in your bio should be. It should only be about that one product And then you can have links to your homepage, your other pages, like at the bottom or either at the top. So whenever you come to my link in my bio, usually there's that one call to action. You're going to sign up for the 3-day course. You can see my other links, but the only thing I'm focused on is that course. That's right. It's the client necessity. It's that one thing that you're going to focus on for that week. So you're saying it's a focus, but because I see it's like top sellers, but really it's not, because when I scroll, I see all the other things. That one link should be a one call to action. I would start there. Okay, so do I have anyone else who wants to do their brand? Drop your name and I will do. I know I've probably done everyone else. They're like, Tori, you've done us. But yeah, I'll take one more. So anyone else who wants to drop theirs, I'll take a look. But yeah, I totally see the difference in what you're doing. Amazing. And I do like the photos of you mixed in. I would definitely still mix those in here and there throughout your feed, because one, you're absolutely adorable. So definitely I would stay away from the split graphics. Instead of the split graphics where you have like the 4, that's what the slide feature is for. So each one of those, that should be 4 different posts inside of one post. You know what I mean? And you just like you upload multiple posts and then people can just slide over. That way it still looks neat, clean, crisp, fabulous. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming in. I don't know that anyone else is maybe nervous to get theirs done, but I love you guys. I would never say anything that was going to hurt your feelings. Not on a live stream. Okay. So yeah, like I said, if you do want to join me in the program, the links are below. I'm so glad you guys came in to get some value today. Definitely, if you have any other questions or comments, drop them below. I had a blast. It's been 2 hours now, almost. Almost 2 hours of straight value. These are the kinds of things I do inside of my community. So like I said, if you're interested in Instagram for Bosses, all you got to do is check out the description. Check it out, see what it's about. Start getting your business ready for the holidays. Start to position yourself. It's time. Like, you don't want to wait until August, September, October to start building your business, because there are a lot of elements to put together. That's just the reality. There are a lot of elements to put together, but I actually take you through each step, through each step individually, in order, chronologically. So you know from step 1, this is what I should be doing. So it's a little bit different than my socialite community. And that's why I didn't suggest the socialites for this particular course, because the socialites gives business bundles, and they are just based on different subjects that I think that you should know, and that I know you should know, based on what's happening in the industry, what's happening with social media, etc., what's happening in business building, new resources, things like that. So the socialite is more of an add-on for this. This specific product is to start you at one point and walk you through every single step of setting up your Instagram quickly and properly, based on my experience, which, I mean, I've got a 1 million person network across my business, and over, in fact. And especially if we look even just almost 900K on the Posh Girls Club, and then looking at Posh Tori, I've got like another 60 over there, and my other businesses, my agency, my bling company. So I've been doing this for quite a while. And if you're ready to build your business and you want help doing that properly from experience, and you're ready to dig in and do the work, I like to work with people who are ready to do the work, okay? Not just everyone, but if you're ready to do the work, then you can tap that link below and join me. And so that's it. Thank you for coming in. It's always, always, always my goal to give you value, because I want to see you win. I want to see your businesses thrive. I want to see you kill it using social media. I want to see you live the life that you always imagined, because it is possible. It's possible for you. You just have to be willing to get out there and put the work in, and I will help you. Yes, I will help you build your business and build your brand with why find a dream? That's all we need. All right, let's get to it. Bye, babes. You guys have an amazing, amazing day, okay? Keep hustling, girls. Bye. And you can shoot me a DM if you have any questions. I check my DMs. All right. Keep hustling, girls.